So the world is not outside of us. It just appears like that. I grant you it does. But it's not. It's illusory. It's within us. Within us, that's where we are decoding reality. And this is the key. This is the gateway. This is the gateway, the doorway out of the prison. I'm going to go into this very, very deeply as we go through the day. The power of the heart. We think of intellect, the brain, that's a very low level of awareness. This is the real level of awareness that connects us beyond the world of the illusion into the greater ocean of awareness, the greater love, intuition. This is where intuition comes from. We don't say, oh, I just intuitively feel, do we? We go, I just intuitively feel. We're doing the body language and we're indicating where this is coming from. And it is innate intelligence. It's not, I've been to university and I've remembered all these things, what dogma told me, and I passed my exams. That's not intelligence, that is memory, overwhelmingly. This is true innate intelligence, knowing, not thinking. And I'm not just talking about the heart that pumps the blood. I'm talking about this heart vortex, which is the spiritual heart, which opens us through into the greater ocean if we open it. If we don't, it shuts us off from the greater ocean. There's an organization in America called the Institute of Heart Math, which does a lot of research. Its whole kind of focus is on the power of the heart. And it points out that the most powerful electromagnetic field in the body is the heart. There are more nerves going from the heart to the brain than coming the other way. And they found something else in their research, that if the heart and the brain and the central nervous system are in coherence, electromagnetic harmony coherence, the person goes into a completely different and much, much higher level of consciousness and awareness. If that coherence is broken with incoherent resonance, then you come out of that high state of consciousness into a lower state of consciousness. I've just described one of the greatest mechanisms and goals of this global conspiracy, because this is the heart resonance, coherence, when people are in a state of appreciation, of love. This is their incoherence when we're in a state of frustration, of fear, of anger, of resentment. And look at the society that we have had structured for us by the crazes that run it. It is a factory, a global factory of all the emotional states that knock us into heart incoherence and thus hold us down in a lower level of consciousness. That's why it's done. The Institute of Heart Math said this: there is also new data suggesting that the heart's field is directly involved in intuitive perception beyond mind, through its coupling to an energetic information outside the bounds of space and time. Yes, outside the walls of the illusion. Thus, they want heart-closed people so that we do not breach the walls of the illusion and stay within it. That is why they have structured society as they have, and in section 2 I'll explain all that in detail. So, the idea is to hold us here and keep us detached of an awareness and an influence from that.
Well, that's what it is. Science has come full circle. Science is always, I mean, our science is good science, but it's always been based on the physical and mechanical. We want to explain things in a mechanical way. And that's our science. And it is good science, but it's limited in what it does because of its approach on a mechanical level. If you go and look at these other cultures, you find that they all start from that level. Sure, you know, where everything's connected and we can affect this reality with our emotions. They start from there. And our science has been trying to figure all this out in a mechanical way, but it's got to a certain extent now where it's gone full circle and it's come back to mysticism, because that's the only way science is able to explain itself. And science is finding out that there is physical and mechanical reasons for this mysticism. Like with this energy that I say people can produce, this love energy that you can produce, if you really want to look at it on a scientific level. I mean, Greg Braden explains it very well. I was talking to you about Greg Braden on the phone the other day. He explains it very well when he says that thought, we manifest this thought in our head, and that thought doesn't really mean anything unless it's imbued with emotion. And it's emotion given to the thought that creates the feeling. And this is what I was saying about this feeling that you can get, this wonderful giving feeling that you can give out to people, and it is literally an energy that you can feel, and you can replenish the energy field with this. And he's explaining that the thought happens in the top two chakras up in your head, what the Indians call chakras, but some modern scientists of our scientists just call them energy points. But they do acknowledge that they exist. The Indians and the mystics call them chakras. So the thoughts manifest in the top two energy centers. The emotion manifests in the bottom two energy centers, or the bottom three. There's three at the top and three at the bottom. And then they meet in the center. And the center is the heart. That's the heart chakra, the heart energy center. And that's what manifests the feeling. And that leaves your heart as an electrical field. Your heart is literally an electromagnetic generator, and it generates this energy, and it replenishes the field, it replenishes yourself. You can feel it when you do something compassionate, when you do something really good for someone. You can feel this stuff in your body. You get that great feeling. And if you think about it, it's a physical, tangible, electrical field that you've just generated. It's been generated by your heart. That's what your heart does. And that's where the feeling comes from. That's where the emotion comes from. If you can realize that if you imbue a thought with emotion, it becomes this heart frequency that you give out, and that's how it works. That's how you generate this electrical field, this energy field that I keep talking about to give to other people. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
You can attract anything into your life. You can attract a healthy body into your life, and you can attract it into someone else's life simply by believing it and knowing how this quantum field works, and being able to transfer this energy. And they say that the stuff that holds the universe together, the very fabric, the energy that we're talking about, is compassion. That's what it is. And that's an amazing thing when you think about it. And Greg Braden's work is based on a lot of that stuff. It's quite amazing work. It's very, very groundbreaking. He also has done scientific evidence and proven that you can literally recode your DNA by living in a love frequency. You can open up more centers for coding along your DNA. And this is groundbreaking. This is showing that emotion can affect the body on a physical level, on a physical genetic level. You can literally evolve. And this is true evolution. This is what true evolution is. We didn't ever evolve from monkeys. That's impossible. They're different species. It's absolutely impossible. Darwin's theory doesn't work, and he even said on his deathbed that it's just a theory. But it doesn't work. It absolutely doesn't work. No matter what they tell you, it does not work. This is what evolution is. Evolution is recoding yourself at a genetic level and doing it yourself through emotion. Evolution comes through consciousness. That's how it works. If you dwell on these negative thoughts, they will happen because you attract what you think of. Global warming, they get enough people to believe in global warming, the place will start heating up. We literally do create this reality ourselves. People don't understand this, but they think it sounds all very far-fetched and sci-fi and airy-fairy, but it's not. This is how it works. And this is the knowledge that's been kept secret. If you can control the emotional state of the people, then you can control the entire species. And if we could change this whole thing in a second by centering ourselves in an emotional state of love or positive energy or whatever you want to call it. If you're a man's man and you don't like to talk about this love stuff, let's think of it as positive and negative energy, good and bad emotion, and realize your connection with everybody else, realize your connection with everything. Because everything is energetically connected. This is another thing. Look, they took a particle and they split it in half. They put one half 7 miles over there, another half 7 miles over there, so they're 14 miles apart. And they disturbed half of the particle, and they found that the other half, that was 14 miles away, acted as if it was being disturbed. And sometimes it would react before they had even disturbed the first particle. So this shows that everything is energetically connected, everything. And when we were talking about the other day, if you take all the empty matter out of all the atoms and you realise that atoms are 99.9% empty space, then there really is nothing solid. And if you get the entire universe and coalesce it right down, just the solid matter, take out all the empty space and press the whole lot down into one thing, you have an atom about the size of a green pea. The entire universe would be as big as a green pea, and it's split up and it's expanding, but it's still energetically connected. Every single particle is energetically connected. And that's been proved by that experiment when they moved the particles 14 miles away. They're still energetically connected. So that means you and me and this computer monitor and the car driving past on the street, we are all energetically connected to the one thing, ultimately.
Before this hijack started, humanity was what I call heart-centered. Its point of interacting with reality was through the heart. I don't mean the physical heart, that's just the expression of it, but the energetic heart, the heart vortex, people call the heart chakra. That is, for me, where we get innate intelligence, consciousness intelligence, not mind excuse for intelligence. It's where we get knowing, it's where we get intuition, which is what? Intuitive knowing. You know, we put our hands on our chest, on our heart center, and go, I just know, and that's the true connection to consciousness for me. I think that the idea that it goes through the brain is a misunderstanding and a diversion. The brain's supposed to serve the heart, not the other way around, and this is why organizations like the Heart Math Institute in America that's done so much research into the true nature of the heart points out that there are more nerves going from the heart to the brain than going the other way, and that the heart is the most powerful electromagnetic field in the body. And when you come from the heart, you are not only accessing levels of awareness that are way beyond this reality we call the world, but you're also vibrating at a very high rate, because the heart connection does that.